Hello family, what's going on? This is Maniwa. Now before we go ahead and get started, make sure that you leave this video a like because every like helps the channel to grow. And ahead, hit that subscribe and notification bell so every like and subscribe really go a long way. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So today guys, I'll be focusing on the income tax and six. So income tax is a subject that is being defined as a difficult subject. So for myself, just a simple thing, and for you also guys, it's going to be a simple thing. So I remember back there when I was being taught by my teacher, I was like, this Mike Essence said something about income tax. No, income tax is a tricky subject where you cannot understand. No, stop it right there. Income tax is very easy. Don't just build something that can mislead you to something. Guys, today as I'll be focusing on the income tax. I said I'll be focusing on the income tax. No, I'm someone who like jokes. I can do the old jokes all the whole day because this is like literally something that I like to do. But for now, let's be serious. I'll be doing the income tax, focusing on the individual income taxation. Individual income taxation. You can just say individual income tax, but I like the full word individual income taxation. Okay, for individual income taxation is where we are determining what is the gross the amount we are first going to determine the gross income. So secondly, we are going to take our gross income. This is the formula of determining the individual income taxation. We are going to, let's say, the deductions. I will explain further about these things that I'm doing right here. And also, after taking this, we are going to find what we call the taxation, or you can just say what the taxable income. Before what? Before BF is before, not boyfriend. Before what? Before medical aid, aid and donations. So after that, subtracting those things, that's where we are going to find what? The taxable income. Someone may say, why are you saying that we are going to find the taxable income while we found the taxable income before medical aid? Guys, I'm going back to BF. It's not boyfriend. This time we are not focusing on these things, or focusing on the income tax. So BF here is before medical aid and donation. After getting we are going to get the taxable income. The taxable income is going to be used where we are going to be referred as from the table that one says determining the individual taxation, primary rebates and stuff. Before I'm going further, let's start with our gross income. I'll come back to this one explanation of those things. Taxable incomes, this one's guys. I'm just pointing with my finger and you cannot see my finger. So right now we're going to focus on the gross income. The gross income. And there are some rules applied here. Applied. There are some rules applied here, and there will be some rules applied. Guys, remember, income tax, if you know all the rules, I'm telling you guys, will be pop up. And some people don't understand my language. You'll be like someone who's perfect. Pop up means for my side, I don't know for others. Pop-up means you'll be some like it was perfect, like you'll be someone who's perfect. So rules applied for income taxation. In terms of anything that you earn while you are being married with a spouse, you divide it by 2. Listen to me carefully. Whatever that you will be earning, and if you are married to a spouse,
we're going to divide it by 2. I'm talking about what? The rent received. I'm talking about what? The interest. The interest received. I'm talking about, okay, yeah, going back to this thing of rules applies dividing by 2. I said everything that you are earning is going to be divided by 2 if you are married with a spouse. Okay, dividing by 2. Let's go back to this thing of salary. Thing called salary. Salary is something that we earn on a monthly basis. And if you earn salary on a monthly basis, you are not going to divide it by 2. Someone may say, how? Why are you saying you are not going to divide it by 2? Hence you said whatever that you receive as an income is going to be divided by 2. Okay, salary is the rules that is going to be applied. No rules that is going to be applied. So for that question, if you are about to ask on the comment, I'm not going to be the one who's going to answer. I think the one who deserves to be answered that question is a examiner or someone who worked with us. But the rules applied, no rules applied for salary. Only rules applied for rental received, the dividends and what blah blah. For now, I'm going to focus on rent and interest and also salary. Okay, if I receive 12,000 while married in community of property. Pay careful attention here. Married in community of property property. If I receive 12,000 while married in community of property, this thing married in community of property, it means that I'll be giving you an example from Mr. Maniwa 90 is married to with spelling Mrs. Maniwa. And guys, if the statement comes is this way, like Mr. Maniwa is married to Mrs. Maniwa, it's not clear whether they are married in community of property or not. But if the statement continues to say Mr. Maniwa is married to Mrs. Maniwa in community of property, that's where you're going to be able to know which rules are going to be applied. But if the statement comes as Mr. Maniwa is married to Mrs. Maniwa, this statement is not clear because they are married. Whether we are not sure whether they are married in community of property or unmarried in community of property. So while they are married in community of property, the rules that is going to be applied when coming to rent received, interest received, we're going to divide it by 2. We're going to divide it. Sorry. I'm going to divide it by your. Okay, you're going to divide it by 2. Okay. Nope. I'm going to say, okay, let me just say use this thing with that. Okay, we're going to divide it by 2, or you can just say the amount and multiply by 50%. 50% is the half, hence I said divided by 2. That's the rules that's going to be applied when coming to the rent receipt and the interest receipt. Let's start with our rent receipt. I'll come back to this one. Salary. Let's go back to the rent receipt. Let me just say our rent receipt is 3,300. Okay, and Mr. Manua is married to Mrs. Manua in community of property. We're going to take this amount and divide it by what? By 2. Okay, it means that it means that you are going to take 3,300 and you divide by 2. Okay, because since they are married in community of property, 3,300 you divide it by 2, going to take 1.6, 1,650. Okay, 1,650 numbers for my side. Oh, they are very something else. So rent received, we are going to take 1,650 and share it between two partners. I'm talking about Mr. and Mrs. Maniwa. If we are here, we are preparing the individual income tax for Mr. and Mrs. Maniwa. The information will come and saying the salary. This 12,000 is for Mr. Maniwa, and now I'm just giving an example. Salary of 18,000 is for Mrs. Maniwa. It's for Mrs. Maniwa. Therefore, means that we are going to have the two individual income taxation for Mr. Let me just say we are going to have Mr. this side, Mr. on this side. We are going to have Mrs. Guys, sorry for like in doing this kind of much information is the same thing. So we're going to have Mr. and Mrs. Means that coming to a trend, we're going to have rent. Which for Mr. we're going to have, remember I said it's 3,300 and you divide it by 2. Hence I said the American community of property. The site we're going to take this rent for Mr. and transfer to Mrs. here, 1,650, because they are married in community of property. Whatever that the man is earning as part of income, excluding this part of salary, but the rules applied for income taxation, individual income taxation, it says we divided the rent, interest and other incomes by 2, going to share it between the spouses, divided by 2 and share 1.650 between the partners, and you got the amount. It means that we are going to have rent for Mr. and the rent for Mrs. here. So another thing, salary means that here we're going to have salary for Mr. Remember is 12,000. We're not going to take 12,000 and divide it by 2. This is not how it's applied. We're just going to take the 12,000. If this 12,000 is earned per month, let me just say if 12,000 is earned per month, we're just going to take cost of 12,000 and you multiply by 12. If it is per month, you get this amount. For Mrs. same applies to Mrs. I'm going salary is going to say if 13,000 is earned per month, 13,000 you multiply by 12. Get this amount. Therefore, yeah, for Mr. and Mrs. rent. Let's come to interest received. Interest received is it differs a lot because we have interest received. Let me just say interest received. Guys, for this one, I hope you are going to take note for this part of the interest. This part of the interest received. Interest received. We have interest received. Let me just this is just an example. We're not going to use this part of our interest. This one for let me just write an amount. It's just 4,500 here. I'm not going to use 4,500. I'm just giving you the example here for interest received. We have interest received written 32 day notice account, and we also have the interest received written local savings. This is just an example. I'm just giving an example account. Okay, here I'm going to explain the difference between the two. Okay, remember I said whatever that you receive as an income is going to be divided by 2 only if the partners are married in community of property. Okay, local savings account and 32-day notice account. Okay, let's go to this one, local savings account. The one that we are going to divide by 2 when it comes to the interest is this one for local savings account. Someone may say, why are we not going to divide this one 32-day notice? This one is not our local. This one is not our local. It's like the interest received from for the foreign interest. Let me just put in the bracket. Let me just foreign interest. Foreign interest. Foreign interest. We are not going to divide it by 2. We are not going to divide it by 2. But the interest that is received local interest, I think it's been written here, local savings are going to be guided by this one. It's the one that we are going to divide it by 2. That's where we are going to divide it by 2, or you can just multiply it by, I'm going to use an exercise multiplication, multiply by 50%. 50%. Okay, 50%. Guys, I know this one is for beginners, but for beginners, if there's something that you did not understand clearly, please just comment and state what is it that you did not understand, so that I can make another tutorial for the income taxation, individual income taxation. If there's something that you did not understand, maybe I may be too fast, or maybe I might be too, maybe I might be too fast, because if you don't understand, it's because maybe I am so fast, some cannot understand. But let me just go back to those interest. We have the interest received 32-day notice account. The statement may come saying 32 notice account, not being written as our foreign interest, like this way. For you have to understand, okay, if the information says the interest received 32-day account is like our foreign interest, if the interest is the information is written as follows, as the local savings account is our local interest, therefore that's the way the rules is going to be applied. 2% 2 divided by 2 or multiply by the 50%. Same applies to the salary. You can multiply by 50% or divide by 2. I mean, not salary, rent. Sorry for that. If I say salary, not salary, is for rent. You divide it by 2. Okay. The interest received, you multiply by 50. Same applies to this one, the rent. Okay. Let me just repeat what I've just said. This is the individual income taxation. There are many rules applied based on the individual income taxation, but for now I have to focus for based on the rent, interest, salary, and what dividends. I'll go write something here, dividends. But for now, let me just leave it for now. But I'll just go back for this one. Okay. For those who did not understand now, let me just be slow. Okay, because this tutorial is going to benefit many people a lot. Okay, so for interest, this is the income tax. Whatever that you hear about some people saying the income tax is the tricky subject, don't listen to them. It's easy. If one person can do it, you can also do it. So the interest received, okay, the interest received 32 notice account. Okay, the examiner may say 32 notice account instead of writing foreign interest. For you as a student, you have to know the difference. But here for 32 and foreign, there's no difference. They are the same. The examiner may choose to write the 32-day notice account or foreign interest. Let me just use this one of the 32-day notice account. It's like our foreign interest. Let's just say Mr. Manua is married. We are going to use the same information in your statement. Mr. Manua T is married to Mrs. Manua in community or property. Hence, they are married in community or property. There is going to be a word that is going to be applied, which is true. Guys, pay careful attention. Married in community or property. I told you that if the statement just comes as like this way, let me just say Mr. Manua. Let me just highlight this stuff. If the statement comes as follows, okay. Nope. Yeah, let me just highlight for this one. Okay, for where there's a blue line here until here where there's a comma, let's focus. If Mr. Manua is married to Mrs. Manua, and just the statement stated as Mr. Manua is married to Mrs. Manua and not stated to Okay guys, continuation with our statement regarding to Mr. and Mrs. Maniwa. I was saying, if the statement comes as follows, says that Mr. Maniwa is married to Mrs. Maniwa, we cannot determine whether they are married in community or property or not. But here the statement is clearly defined, says they are married in community or property. Okay, this statement is clearly identified, but if the statement just says Maniwa, Mr. is married to Mrs. and they just married. You don't know whether they are married in community or property or not. So you cannot just divide it by 2. Whatever that I did here, divided by 2 or multiply by 50%, you cannot do it like that way. You can only do, let me just say the formula. You're only going to take the 3,300 only, unless if only information is being told that this range is reserved up until that month. But for now, let's just focus for the statement that has been written here on the screen. Sorry, okay, no way. Okay, relax and go back. Oh my god. Okay, here I said 3,300 and you divide it by 2. Okay, therefore yeah, I'm going back here. I said for now let's just focus for such information divided by 50, because here the reason why I made this video is to explain further about this thing of 2 and 50% is the same. You can choose best method for you. So for now, let's go back to dividends. Dividends. Okay, dividends. And there are differences between dividends. I'm going to explain the dividends here, like as I did for interest. This one, let me just say dividends amounted to 46,000. No, this is too much. Let me just say for 3,000, 4,300. Okay, let me just say 9,000 for now. Okay. Oh, dividends. Dividends. I'm going to focus on dividends. Guys, most of the people say I'm too fast here when I'm doing this kind of tutorial. You know, there are some niggas out there who rap faster than me as I speak, but for now I'm not a rapper. I'm just focusing on you guys doing this thing of tutorial so that they can gain, let me just decrease my voice. No, decreasing my voice, decrease my speed. Okay, for now let me just decrease my speed. This thing. That's why I love English, even though it's not part of my mother language. Okay, dividends. Enough with the joke. Okay, dividends received local. Let me just say local dividends. And dividend received foreign dividends, dividends. Okay, foreign dividends. Let me just say right foreign, because here I wrote dividends. I'm going to explain it the same as I did like this way, but there are some rules going to be applied to differ to this one of the interest. It's not going to be the same. So as I said, okay. Okay, guys, dividends received. For dividend received, we're going to let's focus for now for dividend received locally. Okay, dividend received locally. We all know that the received dividend is a part of our gross income. Here I'm explaining what is one part of our gross income. Going back to this formula, this one, guys. This one, let me highlight this one. Look, this one is this one only for gross income. Let me just say this one, guys. I don't know if you can see it. This one, gross income. Yes, you can see it for gross income. Okay, going back here. For now, let's just start with our received local dividend received. Local dividends received. So for local dividend received, there will be rules applied by dividing by 2, or you multiply by 50%. You multiply by 50%. Sorry for this one. You multiply by 50%. Okay, you multiply by 50%. Guys, this is the rule that's going to be applied for local dividends received. But going to for when dividends, there's going to be a rule that's going to be applied, but differs to this ones and that other ones that I've done before. So here we are going to take the value. I'm going to use this x-axis as our value. You are going to, first of all, you are going to multiply. This star thing is multiplication. For those who knows computer very well, are doing this kind of CFS and stuff, what CP, you can tell you much. So x-axis is the value. I'm just giving an example. You multiply by 25 divided by 45 for the 45. This is the income tax. Yeah, sure, but not anymore because you got manure general. So guys, so for 25 divided by 45, this is the rule that's going to be applied. Don't be too scared to approach manure via that business account on WhatsApp. We're going to assist you, and yeah, you're going to be a good student. Yeah, we're going to, you know, assist you. Yeah, you are so nice. You treat people the same way they treat us, because if you treat us so nicely, we treat you so nicely. But if you treat us so badly, now we also going to treat you so nicely. Enough with the jokes. I'm going to treat you so nice. I'm a good person. Yeah. So the rule is going to be applied 25 and 45. Okay. Therefore, yeah, just an example here. Just an example. That's the rule is going to be applied for when dividends. You are just going to take the value. Looking for the value, let me just go back to this amount. You are going to take equals to 9,000, because some they don't understand this what of excess. You multiply by what? By 25. We divide by what? We divide by 45. You get the value. This is the dividends received amount that we are going to use. If they are married in community or property, you are going to take this one and share it with a spouse. Remember, here we're doing with the spouse. I'm just giving an example. Take this one and spouse 5,000. Okay, if Mr. I should have done this thing of tabulating, but I'm not good in these things of tabulating stuff. But guys, for now, let them. Okay, I'm good. Oh, why am I like? I'm good in this thing of tabulating. Let me just say, yes, I think I'm going to be excellent. Okay. Nope. Guys, sorry, I'm not going to do these things of table, but here from this line, e line going for, let's follow this thing. Okay, e line here, that's where our line is going to, you know, yes, that's where our line is going to cross. But we're going to have Mr. this side, our left hand side. Yes, for my side here is left, for yours is going to be right, since you are going to be the one that's going to view this video. For this side on the right hand side, for my side is going to be the right hand side, for you is going to be the left hand side. For now, I'm going to say, okay, it's like a mirror, you know, mirror. When you are looking yourself in the mirror, the reflection is going to lie a lot, because you think that you made that eyebrows very nicely, but after staring at your man going to say, nah, but babe, change those eyelashes. You look like this teddy bear goes for Barbie, you know, this thing cartoons called Barbie, you know, kind of stuff. Yeah, you know, Barbie. I'm a little Barbie, little Barbie, you know, this kind of cartoons. But for now, just forget about those Barbies. Let's focus on the real thing, the real destiny. I'm talking about the income tax here, guys. Let's focus. Okay, the 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. I'm talking about the dividends, right? Okay, yeah, dividends. Okay, here talking about the dividends, I'm just talking about the value. No exemptions, no exemptions. If it's the first time doing this income tax, you'll be surprised by saying no exemptions. Someone may be surprised, and I know someone is still surprised too. Someone's like doing no exemptions. I'm so surprised, you know, like, yeah, surprised. Yeah, don't be surprised. No exemption. Okay, continuation. No exemptions here. I'm going back to this thing of no exemptions. Someone is surprised, I know. Okay, exemptions. For now, let's not focus on this thing. Exemptions is very easy because that's where the rules going to be applied the most of the time. Same applies to this one. This rule of exemption, that's where the rules going to be applied most of the time. So for now, let's not focus on the exemptions. The exemptions, I'll do another tutorial focusing on the exemptions. Okay, for now, I'm just going to focus on this thing, gross income. But in order to determine the gross income, there has to be the exemptions. Yes, being a long did this subject, but I'm still good in it. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Here, let's focus on Mr. and Mrs. Forget about the exemptions. It's very easy. If you're a good learner or student, you earn a good listener. Don't forget about the state of being a learner student and a good listener. You'll be able to know, okay, if this is 5,000, how much is going to be exempted? That's the rules going to be applied on the income tax. The income tax is not like the rules do change. That's why I don't want to go to these things of exemptions. They change the rules. Back there when I was doing income tax, they did change the rules because that was back there. Someone out there wants to know when did I last start to be doing the income tax. Now I did the income tax, even now I'm still doing it for you guys. So when you dare ask that question, you waste that information. No, okay, here's the information, guys. The income tax. So for now, guys, I would like to say thank you very much for viewing this channel for Maniwa. If you did not understand something, please comment. State the problem wherever you did not understand. Just state. I will reply back on WhatsApp, or just text me on WhatsApp as a business account for Maniwa Gen. Just text me on WhatsApp, guys, for in case if you want to know more about the Maniwa Gen. I can leave my numbers below, but unfortunately I cannot. I can, but I cannot. But for now, let me just say I thank you guys for viewing this channel for Maniwa. I will do another tutorial for individual income tax. For those who did not understand, let's just hope that this next coming channel for individual income tax will benefit you a lot. Even this one, guys, will still benefit you a lot. I go by the name of Maniwa SA Empire. You know, yes. See you guys. Thank you for viewing this channel. God bless you.
Is the study guide, and you will get the solutions, the activities, and the solutions, and also